Barbara Gail. Thanks for joining me on this Libra new moon for a guided journey into elemental balance. You know, it takes the moon about 28 days to complete its revolution around the Earth. During that time, it goes through 5 phases. I have 5 sets of jingles on my Lane Redmond Rick-style tambourine, so I'll use that to demonstrate. Birth, the new moon. Growth, fruition, the full moon, diminishing, and death. Now, during the time when it's diminishing and being reborn, and then a little bit of time after that, we experience from our earthly perspective a moonless sky. And that's because we're unable to see the moon with our unaided eye. The moon, as it becomes reborn, is situated between the Earth and the sun, right there in between. And the dark side of the moon is what's facing us. The sun is shining on the other side of the moon. So this is why we are unable to see the moon during that time. And there's actually just a minute when the moon is a new moon, because so here's the moon again, and it's traveling and traveling and traveling, a degree every minute, and then it reaches that place where we see only the dark side of the moon, and so we don't see a moon, and then it reaches the exact same degree as the sun, and that's when it's reborn, and it continues traveling, and it's a day or two later when we actually see the new moon in the sky, that little sliver at sunset. And for me, that's a most magical moment and the perfect opportunity to make our new moon wishes. You know, life is a series of reflecting, planning, and acting. And then we reset and envision and take steps toward action again. And this kind of cycle goes on and on repeatedly throughout our minutes, days, weeks, months, years, decades. We have cycles within cycles. It's an ongoing process. And the new moon, in my view, is an opportunity to consciously choose to hit that refresh button and to reset and reevaluate and co-create with the rhythm, with the cycle of the moon. Our theme for today's journey is Libra, because when the moon became new, it was in the sign of Libra, which represents balance, harmony, and equilibrium. Think of the scales of Libra. This is a walking, breathing meditation that's inspired by the work of my friend and teacher, the late, great Lane Redmond. And it's meant to balance the mind-body. In my version, I include the 4 elements of our world: earth, air, fire, and water. And I know in other traditions there are different or additional elements, but those are the 4 elements that I like to work with. And I find that by implementing them, infusing them into our journey, it helps us to feel elementally balanced. Libra is governed by Venus, the goddess and the planet, who teaches us about the arenas of life regarding love, beauty, and what we value. And this will give us focus for our new moon wishes that will be during our journey together. And I'm wearing my Birth of Venus shirt for you at this time, which is great because I don't get too many opportunities to wear a shirt like this, so that makes me feel good. I need to give a shout out to Annie Botticelli because it was from her YouTube videos that I learned about making new moon wishes. So thanks, Annie. And if you're interested in following Annie Botticelli, I encourage you to check her out. Annie explains 3 distinctions for making new moon wishes. Number one, it's a wish versus an intention. Intentions are great, they're about our will, what I intend to do, and there are definitely times when that's called for. A wish, on the other hand, is very different. Imagine a child making a wish. The child's mind's eye has an image of exactly what that thing is. And the child embodies the feeling of that wish coming true. So when we are making our new moon wishes during this guided journey, I encourage you to give that wish an image. See it. Give it a word. Say it out loud. And then embody what it would feel like for that wish to be here and now. It exists. So embody the feeling of what it is to have that thing or that situation in your life right now. Secondly, Annie talks about the distinction between a need versus a want. And you can include some wants in your wishes as well. But let's also focus more on what we need in our lives to feel balanced and whole. Most importantly, I encourage you to be sure that your wishes are karmically clear. Let's say you believe that you've been wronged by a person or a group of people. You feel that they've deceived you, they've betrayed you. They may be clueless about that. They're just doing their thing, following their bliss, as we all do. And they may have no idea that your experience of whatever transpired left you with a feeling of imbalance that you name deception or betrayal. All of our experiences travel through the filter of our hearts, and we do all that we can to clear that filter. We have our personal practices in our lives so that we can heal and we can evolve, move on. So instead of playing the blame game and accusing that person or those people, wishes are not about revenge or retribution. I invite you instead to see that the scales of justice regain balance when we focus on what it is that would make your heart sing. What can you bring into your life that would make your spirit soar and your soul's radiance to shine ever more brightly? That, in my view, is how we regain balance. A couple of housekeeping things. If you like my videos, please do hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, even if it's just a few words about how you feel after participating in this journey. And if there is someone in your life who you feel could benefit from it, feel free to share. And something that I would like to share with you is something that I learned from following some really wonderful YouTube personalities. And some of them actually said this aloud, and that was a big aha moment for me. That when you like a person's video and you hit the like button or subscribe or leave a comment or share, do one or all of those things, it really helps their channel to grow and prosper and be successful. So if you feel so moved, please, I would so appreciate it if you would do any one or number of those things. Now to prepare, thank you. Now to prepare for your journey, it is a walking meditation, but we're not walking around the place. We're actually stepping in time to the beat of my drum, synchronizing our breathing in place. So find a place where you can stand and just walk in place. You don't need a lot of room. And during the journey, I will invite you to find a place to sit comfortably or lay down if you choose. So be sure that wherever you are doing the stepping, you are beside a chair or a mat, something you can sit down on and or lay down on. That being said, if stepping is uncomfortable for you, whether from the very start or partway through, I invite you then to have a seat, but find a way to keep the pulse of the rhythm of my drum in your body, whether it's tapping your foot to the beat of the drum as if you were walking, or shifting your weight from cheek to cheek, or your head. Embodying the pulse really helps to synchronize the hemispheres of the brain and the sides of the body, and that enhances your experience of the journey. So find a place where you can step for the walking, breathing meditation, and where you can sit or lie down, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. So you have your comfortable place, your sacred space, and you want to begin with your feet directly beneath your hips. And our hips are never as wide as we think. So when you look down, you should just see a straight line from your hips to your feet. Let your knees be soft, your hips be fluid, and shift your weight from side to side. Finding your feet connecting to the earth, stepping to the pulse, step, 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 step. Release all the air from your lungs and let's breathe in, 2 and out, 2. Breathe in, 2 and out, 2. Breathing in, 2 and out, 2. Slow it down, in, 2, 3, 4 and out, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in, 2, 3, 4 and out, 2, 3, 4. One more, breathe in, 2, 3, 4 and out, 2, 3, 4. Now return to your own natural breath, keeping your feet stepping to the pulse. Allow your eyes to go soft, your gaze down on the floor a few feet in front of you. And remember that if your eyes do close, every now and then take a little peek to see where you are in space, to be sure that you are in a safe area. You don't want to bump into anything. Taking a nice deep breath and relaxing the whole body, from the head, through the shoulders, the abdomen, down the legs, and into the feet, feeling their contact with the floor beneath you. Sending your awareness through the floor and down into the earth, through the layers of the earth, down and down. Send that awareness down around roots and rocks, continuing to send your awareness down into the earth, where it's warm and moist. Find a sweet underground cave. It might be lined with green moss or glowing crystals, deep dark granite. What is your cave lined with? In your mind's eye, see yourself finding a nice, comfortable place in your cave. And your hands reach down to discover a few tiny pebbles. Although it's dark, you're able to see. You hold two of these pebbles in your hand, the two that you feel most drawn to. Feel their shape, their weight in your hands. And hold them in front of your heart. And ask your heart, what beautiful things you wish to bring more of into your life. What acts of beauty can you bring more of into your life? Whether it's returning to your favorite art form or music or dance, or bringing flowers into the home, clearing a room so that you have a beautiful, inspiring corner for meditation, or starting a garden. How can you bring more beauty into your life? And how can you wish for that? Think of as many ways as possible that having more beauty in your life would bring your life more into balance. Now, of all the things that you've conjured up in your heart mind, choose two that you can wish for now. And one at a time, make your wish by placing the pebble mindfully on the floor of your cave. Give it a name. Speak it out loud. Give it an image. And give it a feeling. What would it feel like if that were in your life right now? And know that it is. And do the same with the second pebble, placing it mindfully on the floor of your cave. Give this wish a name. Speak it out loud. Give it an image that you can see so clearly. And give it a feeling of the here and now. Now, take some earth in your hands and place it over your two petals. And the pebbles will turn into seeds that will sprout when the conditions are right. Take a deep breath and thank your cave for this time you've had together. And see yourself walking out of your cave. And send your awareness now spiraling down even deeper into the earth. Through layer after layer. All the way down to the fire that burns in the center of the earth. And as you approach this fire, feel your passion rise, your inspiration rise. And as you reach into your pocket, you pull out a piece of paper and your favorite pen or pencil or crayon or marker in your favorite color. And you hold them in your hands and feel in your hands their weight, their shape, their texture. And hold them in front of your heart. And ask your heart, what love can you bring into your life at this time? What would you wish for? What would you love? Would you love more time alone or more time with friends? Would you love more time of creativity or productivity? Or more time for playful things? Would you love more time at home or more time for great travel adventures? Who would you love to love in your life? And of all the ideas that are conjured up in your mind, in your heart mind, for now, choose two that you would like to wish for. And write them both down on the same piece of paper. And as you do so, give each one a strong image in your mind in full 3D. And feel what it feels like in your body to have this love in your life. What would it feel like? What does it feel like? Knowing that it is here and now. Say it out loud. And then toss the paper and your writing utensil into the fire that's burning at the center of the earth. Watch it go up in flames to be completely transformed. Sending the smoke up into the air, carrying your wish with it. And now follow that smoke. Up through the layers of the earth, around roots and rocks. Following it up to the surface of the earth. And when it reaches the surface of the earth, you can continue stepping as you are now, or you may have a seat or lie down, however your body feels right now. And wherever you sit or lay down or continue standing with me, that smoke continues rising into the air. Know that you are now on a flying magic carpet that lifts you up into the air where you are safe and secure, following the smoke. Above the branches of the trees, above the houses, begin to slowly fly through the air. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. And as you are flying among the clouds, bird approaches. See this bird. Notice its colors. And you can hear the bird speaking to you through its song. And the bird says, "Tell me your wishes, and I will carry them on my wings." Here's a feather. Take it in your hand. And here's another feather. Take it in your other hand. And hold them together in front of your heart. And ask your heart, what do you value? What do you give worth to? Think of everything that you have value of. What is valuable in your life? Whether you have it now and would like to wish to continue to have it, or you wish to bring it more fully into your life. don't have it at all and would like to wish for it to come on in. Of all the things that you have thought of in your heart mind, choose 2 at this time. And name each feather in your hand, one of each of those wishes. Speak it out loud. Name each feather out loud. Give each one an image in your mind that you see clearly. And a feeling for the here and now of these 2 things that give you such a wonderful feeling. And give these 2 feathers back to the bird as you continue to fly together. And the bird says, "Thank you. Yes, I will take these and carry them on my wings." And you continue flying on your magic flying carpet, looking down below where everything appears so small. The houses are small, the cars are small, the trees are small, the people over there in celebration are small, and the people over there who are grieving are small. They're all the same size from up here. As you feel the wind in your hair, the air is so clear and purifying as you breathe. And in the distance, you begin to see it, a body of water. Whether it's a river or a lake or an ocean. It grows larger and larger as you get closer. And your magic flying carpet gently lands on the shore. And you can see yourself getting up off of your magic flying carpet and standing right at the edge where the land meets the water. You dip one toe in and then the other. And then you stand on both feet in the shallow end of the water. Then you go deeper and deeper. Feel the temperature of the water on your skin. Notice if it's daytime or nighttime. Look up and see. Look around and see. What are your surroundings? Allow yourself to go as deep as is comfortable for you. All the way into the water or part way. Swirl your hands in the water and see its ripples, its spirals. And as you do this, a creature comes swimming up to you. Friendly creature. Maybe it's a fish or a dolphin or mermaid. It says, won't you come swim with me? I can help you to be playful in the water. Let's play. Let's swim. Let's dance together in the water. And so you do. Playing, dancing, swimming in the water with your new friend. And when your time together in the water is done, and you begin to walk to a more shallow place, your friend swims up and says, will you please share with me 2 of your heart's wishes? What do you need? What do you need to have more of in your life, to feel more balanced? Healthier habits? Or what? More meaningful relationships? Or what? Or who? Choose 2 of all of the things that you have been thinking of. And reach down in the water and pick up 2 shells. And name these 2 shells out loud for your wishes. Give each of these 2 wishes a clear image in your mind and embody the feeling of having these in your life right now. And your water friend says, throw these 2 shells as far as you can, way out into the water, and I will retrieve them and carry it to the deepest, purest part of the water. So you do. You thank your water friend. And knowing that you can return anytime, you walk to your magic flying carpet. Have a seat. And as you lift into the air, up where you are safe and secure, you reflect on your cave time, thanking the cave once more. You reflect on your time with the fire that burns in the center of the earth, thanking the fire. You reflect reflect on your time with the flying bird. Thank your time with the bird. And you reflect on your time with your water friend. Thank your water friend once more. And your magic flying carpet hovers above the space that you're in right now. Comes down, down, gently landing on the ground. And if you're still stepping or swaying to the pulse, let that get smaller and smaller and smaller until it's just a tiny pulse deep inside. And know that you can align yourself to this pulse anytime you like. Take a few moments to sit in the quiet. And you discover that you still have 2 wishes remaining in your heart. So you take a moment to give these 2 wishes a name. Give each one an image and a feeling, knowing that they are here and now. Speak them out loud. And then deliver them into your heart. Tuck them away in your heart. And with each beat of your heart, the wish continues to grow. If your eyes are closed, let them slightly open to allow some light in. Keeping your gaze down toward the floor, bringing your gaze slightly upward, out in front of you, and welcome back. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold your breath for a moment and feel your fullness, and then let it out. Ah. And as you empty, feel your emptiness. And then breathe in. Feel your fullness, and then let it all go. Ah. Big sigh. Feel your emptiness. Allow your body to sigh. Give yourself a moment to rest before going into your next activity. Perhaps you can even take a minute to write down some thoughts in your journal. Or pick up your drum a little bit. Keep it to yourself or share it with a friend if you like. I hope that this has served you well for this Libra new moon.
I look forward to seeing you next time. May all of your new moon wishes be blessed and be a blessing in your life. Bye for now. Thank you.